Each one of us starts out with a unique set of advantages and disadvantages, but self-made millionaires are people who reach high levels of wealth without the help of a large inheritance or trust fund. Self-made individuals start from scratch and build their wealth over time, beginning first by mastering basic money skills like budgeting and moving on to saving and investing after that. As the financial planners who work with self-made millionaires know, the money habits of the newly rich are practices that just about anyone can learn from, no matter your financial situation when you first start out. Number 1. They avoid debt. This may seem obvious, but dodging any debt is certainly a habit that can help you improve your overall financial picture, outside of the mortgages on their home. If you want to build wealth, you cannot waste money on paying interest on consumer credit, such as credit cards or even car loans. Because most credit cards charge notoriously high interest whenever you carry a balance. Prioritize paying these balances off in full every month and on time to keep a good credit score. Only charge what you know you can pay off and avoid store credit cards in general. They are known for having low credit limits, high interest rates, and limited usability. Number 2. They buy their cars and plan to keep them long term. For the most part, cars depreciate in value the second you drive one off the lot. Dog says his self-made millionaire clients typically buy, instead of lease, any new car with plans to hold on to it for a while. By keeping their cars long term, they can use the time between car purchases to save up cash that would otherwise go towards a monthly payment. If you need to finance the car, pay it off as soon as you can, and plan to keep the car long after the loan is paid off, Dog says. Number 3. They have emergency funds. Having a solid reserve of cash that you can tap into in an emergency goes a long way. If you have an unexpected expense, such as an urgent car repair or medical bills, a rainy day fund that is immediately available for withdrawals can help you afford it. This way, you don't need to charge the expense onto a high-interest credit card or take out a personal loan. Most of Dog's clients have 6 to 9 months of their monthly expenses set aside. Financial experts generally suggest 3 to 6 months worth of your living expenses as a baseline, but you should do what works for your cash flow and know that any amount will help. This is one of the first steps someone should do in building a solid financial foundation. Number 4. They invest. Once building up an emergency fund, Dog says his clients have organized investment plans, whether it's in stocks, bonds, or exchange-traded funds, also known as ETFs. He suggests setting up a monthly or bi-monthly automatic transfer of cash from your checking account into an investment account. This way, you can forget about having to remember to manually invest, and you can then learn to live on the funds you have available. Most of my clients do not miss having that money in their cash flow, and then they can use those invested savings for future car purchases, vacations, or other short or long-term goals, without incurring additional debt. As a general rule of thumb, you should save at least roughly 20% of your income each month, and Dogs agrees. This 20% goes towards your savings plans, emergency fund, retirement, and investments. How much you take out of your paycheck to invest depends heavily on your income and investment goals, but getting used to living without that 20% is a good start for both your savings and your investments. Before you invest, make sure you know how much risk you can take on and the time frame for when you'll need the money. If you are in your 20s or 30s, saving up for retirement, you can generally take on a little more risk in exchange for aggressive yields, because you won't need your money for several decades if you plan to retire in your early 60s. For those in their 40s and 50s, their investment time frame for retiring is much shorter. Therefore, they are generally more reluctant to take on risk, so to better protect their money. Number 5. They take advantage of everything their employer has to offer. It's worth looking over your employer's benefit plans thoroughly. Companies offer more than just retirement plans that can help you save money and even invest to earn more. Employer retirement match. If you can afford to do so, make sure you are contributing enough to match any employer contributions. The match is basically free money to you. And with that, we've reached the end of this video. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for content just like it.